I'm not down with that.
Shelf, and I blame.
We are back.
Welcome back to our channel, everybody. It is lovely to see you again, and
Welcome back to
another Spooky
Sunday.
So today we thought it would be a good idea to update you all on what's been happening in our house. We haven't done one of these videos for a couple of months now, so if you're wondering where we're coming from, go back and watch that one.
Yeah, we'll plug it up here. So everything that we are going to be kind of showing you is from our TikTok page. So if you haven't checked that out, go and check it out. It is at Lainey and Ben. All our content's on there and you can decide what you think of it yourself. Just before we get into the video, we have an exciting announcement to make. We're going to be uploading 3 times a week.
So instead of a Sunday upload and a Wednesday upload, we are kind of changing things up now.
Yeah, so we're going to keep Spooky Sunday because why not? We're enjoying that and I hope you guys are too. But our Wednesday upload is going to get pushed back to a Thursday, and we're also going to upload on a Tuesday.
And this is Ben's kind of brainchild, but a lot of people have suggested it.
Yeah.
A terrifying Tuesday.
Yeah, so
because we're all about the alliteration.
Yeah, we love it. So terrifying Tuesday, Spooky Sunday, whatever you want to call Thursday.
Every Tuesday, we are going to find a genre, a subject, and we are going to find videos from across the internet and we are going to react to it. What we'd love you to do is, if you think there's anything that we might like to see and that you'd like to see us reacting to, if it could just be a subject, it could be one video that might just kind of set the ball rolling. Find us on our Instagram, send us a message. We always try and reply, and we're going to try and feature it. Get yourself a brew. And let's get chatting, shall we? You gonna speak or not? Shall I do it?
Alright. That door was it was shut, but not on the latch, and it's just opened. So, yeah.
But I
got a load of grief in the comments because I sent you to go and deal with this cupboard door, and now that door's triggered, so, and I'm not down for that. What in the fuck?
That's just scared the shit out of me.
What the fuck?
People are going to say that there's something attached to that.
Look under the fucking table as well, showing there's no fucker in it. I'm not down for that.
That's a dishwasher under the, unit, washing machine. Where could somebody be hiding? Oh.
That was me.
Oh God, you can't even see up there. Someone will still come up with some sort.
Since the last time we did this, we've had quite a few things happen. Okay.
Some of which we've managed to
catch and record. So what you've just seen is the one with the cup coming off the counter. Now, I think this is probably one of the most, I don't know, violent or abrupt.
I'd say abrupt. I don't feel like it was violent. It wasn't aimed at us.
No, it was the most abrupt thing. It was a little bit like the chair in the last video that we did.
What was happening at the time was we were watching The Walking Dead, I think.
It was, yeah.
It was in the evening. We'd not really had a lot happening at all the previous few days. We heard and saw the kitchen door. I saw it open and then shut on its own. So,
in typical Ben and Lainey fashion, we got our phones out to record it, obviously.
Well, now we carry our phones everywhere, so...
Yeah.
So, but effectively, what happened was Ben was stood in shot. I was behind the camera so that at least we could kind of in the video vouch for...
Yeah, both of us being accounted for. So then there's no one behind counters or whatever.
We did not expect what came next, which was the
shaker
cup flying off the
counter.
The kitchen counter, yeah. That was really surprising. So Ben's stood off to the side. The reason for that is because I'm trying to get the door in shot in case it opens again. People seem to think there's somebody hiding behind him, but they can't be, and the reason for that is because there's a door right there. All of a sudden, the shaker cup comes off the bench.
Off the counter.
Which was really, really quite it was done really with a lot of force, which was quite surprising, which it took me by surprise, and I don't often feel surprised
absolutely
that much.
Another thing that people say is the first cupboard we don't look in. That's because it's a dishwasher. Okay, so they wouldn't be able to, no one would be able to fit in there anyway.
Yeah.
All the other cupboards I open and I show in, other than the washing machine. I don't think I showed that one.
Who wants to see our dirty dishes in the dishwasher anyway?
Exactly.
One thing that was commented on about this video was the direction, and it was something I had not even thought about until people started to mention it to us. So people will usually, when something comes off and if it comes towards us, people will be like, oh, you've had something to pull that. Yeah. Or you've had somebody push that towards you or whatever. But the thing with this one is that you can see the shaker cup in view, but you can also see the direction that it goes in, and it goes to the side, so kind of not towards us, not away from us, but kind of like along to the side, and it hits the wall, which I'm really glad it did, now that, like, in hindsight, now that people have pointed it out, because how did it happen?
Exactly.
How did that happen? I was like, yes, Derek, come through with the proof.
If you have any opinions, let us
know
in the comments.
Yeah.
Right, as you probably just heard there, and there. Ever since we did that video with the water bottle going, we pushed this door shut again, and it's just been rattling again like that. And it's been, how long do you reckon it's been now, Lainey? Like 25, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
And it's just been non-stop. But Lainey's in the living room. Hang on, she doesn't want to be seen because of because she hasn't got makeup on, so just wave your arm out to the side or something. There you go, she's in here. So she's not near the door, but hang on, let me show you. Nothing on the door either side of it. The hinges aren't sprung as some people like to. So the next clip was actually just about 10 minutes to half an hour, I can't remember exactly, after the first video was filmed with the cup. So actually it was the door that drew our attention in the first place, and the door is
the same door.
Yeah, the door's like rattling a little bit.
It was audible.
Yep.
It went on for quite a while, didn't it?
Yeah.
And so I just said to Ben, do you know what? Get a video of it.
Yeah.
Just take a video so that
see what other people
we can get people's opinion, and that's what we do. That's why we do this. We want people's opinions and thoughts on it. Somebody mentioned there was a draft, but we've lived in this house for 2 years now, and that's never happened when it's been windy or anything like that.
Also, it's cold. It was. I remember it being quite cold that day, so no windows, no doors open.
So, who knows? Let us know what you think about it.
Again, let us know.
It says, does it feel like a good or a bad spirit, and what energy does it give off? I think there's no threat. So.
Nah, like it's never touched us or hurt us. Like, so I don't think there's anything bad about it. I think, if anything, it might be like a relative, because like it's not harmful to us, so it's not like bad in that kind of way.
Did you just see that?
Just see what?
The cupboard door just opened. Right.
Let's switch this back. This next one was one that we've already kind of touched base on with our Q&A video. If you haven't seen that, check it out.
We put a call out asking people to ask us some questions and we can answer them. And we sat down in the kitchen and we started to film it. And in the middle of answering a question, I'm looking at, because we've got a screen that we can see ourselves on, I'm looking at the screen. Ben was looking away, I think.
I was answering a question.
And the cupboard door just completely opened on its own in the background. Now, that was strange. I reacted, you see my reaction. I wasn't expecting that at all. I don't know why.
That actually creeped me out so much that I refused to carry on.
Yeah,
like,
so Ben just
we didn't carry on with that video, and we had to re-record it like 2 days later.
Yeah, we did. So what happens in the video is you see me hear something and I turn around. I heard a dragon sound, a dragging sound in the background.
I was going to say, a dragon?
Definitely no dragons. And so I turned thinking, what was that? Couldn't see anything. Didn't see anything out of place. Turned back round, continued, thought I'll just cut that bit out where I'm turning around, and then heard it again. And then as I'm looking in the viewfinder, I can see the cupboard door open. It wasn't until afterwards, when we watched it after, that we realised that what I'd heard was the kitchen roll being dragged across the surface, and then it did it again, and then the cupboard door opened. Other people noticed it too, noticed the sound, and then commented on the
kitchen roll
moving. So
Yeah.
This is what I love about this. People see things that we don't.
Yeah, I love it.
Especially like when we're in the midst of it and we're like, oh, what was that? And then people are able to like analyse it. Okay, it's the middle of the day, by the way, and we've just been hearing some sounds upstairs. Hopefully you might pick them up too, but I just want to kind of put that out there. It's not as if like it's the evening time and it's not like it's the evening and people can be like, oh, well, the house is cooling down or warming up or whatever, and it's the... So if you hear it, that's what it is. Oh, love him, Ben.
Look at him, man. But give him a bloody... His toys that we spent 30 quid on at the start, he won't play with them like this. He's not interested. Give him a ribbon that we found bloody lying about. He loves it.
Was that a ball?
I think it was.
Next!
So the next one, we've recently got Boo, our kitten, and this was maybe a week after getting him.
Yeah.
And I was playing with him one morning and Lainey was like recording it because memories, he's not going to be that little forever. Actually looking at it, he's actually got massive now in comparison. But anyway, off topic.
We were just playing with him with the ribbon first thing in the morning, and just quickly before we go on to it, the evening beforehand and a couple of evenings beforehand, we'd heard, he's got some little toy balls that have got little bells in them, and we'd heard the sound of them moving but never seen it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, did you hear his ball? And he'd be asleep on one of us.
I was playing with him and then the ball moved on its own. And I was, honestly, I don't know if I showed it very well in that video, but I actually myself because that's like that far away from me. That's not right. I'm not okay with that. Like, that is my no-no square.
I was just... Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. I was just really chuffed to have the camera on and caught it. It's such close range. Really strong smell of cigarettes.
So the next clip is one that we took when we were just laying in bed one night because Lainey started to smell some cigarettes. A cigarette-y smell. No, neither of us smoke. And when she was recording, kind of panning across the room, there's a couple of white dots that came across the screen.
Yeah.
Now, we initially thought maybe they are orbs, potentially.
I think we're quite like open to the idea of
Yeah.
like other people's opinions, especially on this one. So obviously, yes, it could be dust or it could be orbs. What I'd actually gone to do was, so many people had said to us to use that reality ripple filter.
Effect, yeah.
Because I could smell so strongly, almost as if someone was right next to me,
With a
like
cigarette.
breathing cigarette on me. It wasn't like just the smell in the air, like wafting through. It was so strong. So I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna get this filter on. Let's see if we can pick anything up. We didn't pick a damn thing up.
Standard.
But we did pick up the orbs. So as in we didn't pick anything up on the reality ripple, but we did pick up orbs.
Yes.
Or orbs. It was it wasn't like the smell like when you're just walking past a smoker or like it's drifting through the air. It smelled like somebody was
breathing
right
on you. Yeah.
there. It was really strong.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people have said, well, you've got the window open, it was probably somebody smoking outside. Guys, no. I'm sorry, but no, that wasn't how it was. It was really strong. Maybe Derek was a smoker in a past life.
Smoking was popular.
Yeah.
So, maybe.
Who knows?
Okay, we're in the middle of family quiz night and we just heard a massive,
Thud.
load of noise anyway, upstairs. So, hang on, let me see if I can turn this around. You guys are coming with us. Let's go and investigate. Look how cute Ben's butt is.
You know, this is a serious time. What the fuck?
Put some lights on, Ben.
How could that have fallen over?
Is it broken?
I don't know, but...
Wait, how's that over?
Yeah, this is on a tripod and that's... There's no way that would have moved, but...
Well, that was actually, tucked right out the way. Oh, thank God it's not broken.
That's alright, but more to the point,
Hey.
how did it fall? I mean, it could have been the wind, but that doesn't explain how the tripod fell. Because the
This one is one that we didn't actually capture, but we thought we'd share it anyway.
We were having a bit of a quiz night, like a family quiz night, because, you know, lockdown, that's the one thing that you can do at the minute.
It was just coming to an end, and we heard a huge,
it was massive,
clatter.
to the point where everyone on the call actually questioned what it was. It was that loud. So we went up, we investigated, and as we went upstairs, you can see that the mirror had fallen face first, and then the ring light had kind of fallen on top, so they're kind of overlapping one another.
Pleased to say though, the mirror wasn't broken.
No.
The ring light was on a tripod.
Yeah, so that's what something I was going to say. So the mirror, maybe it could have leant forward and fallen, but the tripod, I mean, when we prop up the mirror, it's always to an angle against the wall like this. So like imagine the wall's here.
And
this
it's
is the
been
mirror.
there for two and a half years now we've lived here.
So that had fallen forwards, but the ring light is on the tripod, and the tripod was opened out, so it has a really firm base. No wind would have pushed it over. I think it would have been something to push it, if that makes sense.
With regards to people's like input on this one, like things that we can debunk, people said, oh, it's such a coincidence that the mirror didn't smash. Yeah, the mirror didn't smash. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not.
I think it's just a robust mirror, but
maybe.
That's just me.
What else was said? Oh, it's funny that you didn't see it. No, we don't see everything. We don't share everything. We didn't. Sorry, but like some things I'm like, do you know what? I'm not even going to bother sharing that.
This isn't just our story. It's yours as well.
Yeah, you're in.
Derek's just as much your problem as he is ours.
You're in it now, guys. It's too late to back out.
This book's just come off this shelf, and I blame you.
Why? No, hang on. Before
I blame you.
Why?
Oh, it's broken.
Why?
I blame you because you were asking for something.
Yeah, about an hour ago.
A quick backstory on this one, guys. So we decided to have a bit of a staycation. We've been up to Newcastle. We've gone along to Edinburgh. If you're interested, you're welcome to go and have a look at those at that vlog. We'd come back and we'd had a really quiet few days, which was strange.
Unheard of, almost.
I mean, so our idea of a quiet few days is we'll hear little knocks, bangs, nothing will move. That is a quiet few days. But this was strange. This one was different because we hadn't heard any footsteps. We hadn't heard any, it was like silence. And we were making a joke about maybe he'd come with us and we'd left him up there in the vaults in Edinburgh or something, you know?
Yeah.
So then Ben starts to get cocky about it, doesn't he?
Of course I do.
He's like, oh, Derek, if you're here, make a noise, do something.
Anyway, after I did that, I was like holding out, like, have I made a mistake here? Looking around, kind of like, is something going to happen?
Yeah, for about 10 minutes. And then we were like, meh.
And then nothing happened, so we were like, oh, brilliant, nothing's happened. Anyway, we went and sat down, we were just chilling
Getting on with our day.
So Lainey was sat in the living room on the sofa, and I was through in the kitchen.
I was on TikTok.
Standard.
So I heard the sound of something like hitting the floor. And I thought the cat had knocked something over, like his little scratch post or something. But when I looked, it was a book that I've had for years. It's really sentimental to me. It's called The Book of Answers.
The Book of Answers sits in the middle of the heart, and it's quite a thick book. It's about this thick.
We'll
so
insert a picture of where it lives.
So it sits quite well in it's like
sturdy.
In the heart. Yeah, so it wouldn't move. So that's hit the floor. Lainey's like, what on earth's happened?
So I call on Ben. I'm like, Ben, get your phone on. And I'm putting my phone on. I go, the Book of Answers has just fallen off that shelf, the heart. Yeah. We could just call it the heart. So the Book of Answers has just fallen off the heart. So Ben's like coming through, I'm recording, I've got him, and I'm going, that's just come off there. Then more things start flying off the shelf.
Yeah, so Lainey was recording that, and then the ornament that has like the sailing boats and stuff kind of makes a little turn and then falls off. And then shortly after that falls off, one of the hippos along the top falls off as well. So there's like 3 things that have fallen off this shelf in the space of like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's proper weird.
So I'm like, it's your fault, Ben.
Yeah, Lainey's there like, this is your fault, this is your doing.
This
I'm
is
like,
about an
why?
hour after he's like tried to like ask Derek to do something. So I'm like, it's your fault. Ben's like, what have I done? I'm like, you asked for something. I was just taking the mick, guys. I think I sound angry in that video. I'm not. I'm not angry. I was.
Lainey was making a joke about how I was to blame. I'm like, nah, no chance. Looking back on it, I'm definitely to blame. I think anyway.
I think that he needed to kind of summon up a little bit of energy.
So when we spoke to some people about this, they kind of tell us that like it's almost like a recharge thing. So it's like, imagine a battery.
Yeah.
So when the battery gets full, like spirits are able to make things move, but that takes energy, and they like kind of draw off human energy. I think that's what they said. So like they'll feed off of our energy, make things move, and then like that battery quickly dies. And then over the course of days, weeks, months, whatever, they'll have to kind of recharge it before they can do something else.
And then, so this has me thinking, because I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe that's why Derek
didn't do anything for 4 days.
Was really quiet, because we'd been away. He wasn't able to, if this is the case, if this theory is correct, he wasn't able to draw from our energy.
No.
And so maybe that's why there was a lot of quiet going on. I don't know, but it's an interesting thought. Do you think this is the sort of thing that they do? Do you think this is something that is a possibility?
Yeah. So one thing that people say in the comments about it is my hand is in my pocket. Now, my hand's in my pocket because Lainey's called me to kind of start recording. As I've come through, I've seen that she's already got her phone out, so I'm like, oh, I don't need to get my phone out. So I've just left my hand in my pocket. So what do you think? Let us know. Lainey's favourite line at the minute. Tell us what you think. Thoughts?
What do you think? What do you think? Let us know. What do you think? What's your opinion? What's your thought? Tell me what you're thinking.
How are you feeling today?
Where did it all begin?
This is a bit of a strange one, so let me know what you think. Last night, I was woken up with some noise that felt quite close. Sat up, and across the room I could see what I would deem as a bit of an outline of a person, a shadow. It stayed for a really long time. So naturally I picked up my phone, went to take a picture. The flash went off automatically, which was annoying. So turn it off and take another one without the flash. Couldn't see anything because it was so dark, so left it. Thought I'd take another look this morning, and as you can see, I've been editing up or just making some adjustments to the lighting and things like that. And I actually have caught exactly what I could see. This is a picture that went off with a flash, and this is the one that took without the flash that's been edited. Here I've done a bit of an outline to help you see what it looks like.
Finally, this happened only a few nights ago. I was asleep, I had been asleep, but I'm a really light sleeper. Ben was fast asleep, and I'd heard the sound of somebody. I don't like to say somebody. I'd heard the sound of
something
climbing the stairs. Something climbing the stairs.
Yeah.
So I open my eyes. I look up, thinking, what's going on? And our cupboard door, or like wardrobe door, the cupboard was left open, and in front of it, I could see the outline of like a head and shoulders and legs. And I was like, what's going on here? So kind of like looking at it for a little while. It's definitely there. So I pick up my phone and I go to take a picture, thinking, can I capture what I'm seeing? And annoyingly, the flash, because it's dark and it's on automatic, the flash goes off. So the flash has gone off. Obviously, nothing's captured. Instantly, I'm like, damn it, flash. But it's still there, what I can see in front of it. So you can't see anything when the flash is on, but without the light on, I can still see this shadow figure. And that's what I'm calling it, because that's what it was. And I'm really confident about that. That's what I'd seen. So I take the flash off as quickly as I can before in case it disappears, and I take another picture and it comes out completely pitch black, and I'm like, damn. So what I do is I'm calling out to this figure, whatever it is, and I say, right, I don't care if you're here, do not come any closer because we're trying to sleep. And it didn't. So I lay back down, I'm like, I'm going to sleep.
Can I just say, but like, bearing in mind, I'm still fast asleep at this point, so I'm quite happy.
He's oblivious.
I'm quite content.
And I wasn't going to wake him because he'd shat his pants. But also, I actually was quite annoyed because it was inconvenient. It had woken me up. It was right there, and I was having none of it at that point. And people have said you've got to be firm with these things, so I was just like, nope, I'm going to sleep. You're not coming any closer. It did stay where it was as I lay down. I checked about 3 minutes later, it was still there. About 10 minutes later, I checked again, and it was gone. And the next day, woke up and I was just lay in bed. I was just really thinking about it. I'm thinking, I wonder if I can adjust the settings on the picture and if it might have picked something up. I did a screen record, and what you see is me adjusting the like settings, and you can see it, and I'm really glad that you can. So obviously in the video you see I've purposely put it up the flashed photo so you can see exactly where, like, the setting that I was taking a photo of. Then you see me adjusting it and you can see the adjusted, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Then you see me adjusting it and you can see the adjusted photograph, which is great. And then okay, we can hear you. Thank you. We're busy. And then I've kind of done like a little outline so you can see where the door is, where the towel is hanging over the rail and stuff like that, to just kind of give some sort of like context to what I was taking a photo of.
Bearing in mind, I was at work the next day when Lainey was doing all this stuff. So the first time I actually heard or saw of this was when it went on TikTok, and there was like loads of comments coming in, and I was like, what on earth's going on? So I've gone and checked it out. I've watched the video for myself for the very first time, and I'm like, you should see the message I sent to Lainey. It was like, what is this? Why didn't you tell me? Why? Where? How? And then she's like, look, last night this happened, and I'm like, nah.
But that was a really strange one. I've never seen anything like that in the house before. It was very. I have seen a lady in this house, and like we've spoken about that in the past.
I think we've covered that one, but
yeah, but never seen anything like that, and haven't seen anything since. So that concludes our update of our haunted house, if you will, our update of our poltergeist experience. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you made it this far and it wasn't too boring. If you like what you see, we would love it if you'd give our video a thumbs up, or this video a thumbs up. I would love it if you would join our little community. Subscribe, hit the bell button so you can be notified. We do a live every Saturday, 5 p.m. Sometimes it's a little bit later, forgive us, but there's a lovely community that we've of people who join us on that.
We do that over on our Instagram, so it's at Lainey and Ben on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook as well.
All that's left to say now is thank you for joining us. We adore you.
We hope you've enjoyed it.
And
peace.